بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وأصلي وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد باب الغسل من الجنابة the chapter of making ghusl from al-janaba. الغسل وإذا دم on the ghain is al-iktisal, and that is to wash the entire body with water. And al-janaba originally means to be far away, and what is said about it here is to ejaculate semen. It was called that because the semen became far from its place of origin and moved from it. The first hadith. عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم لقيه في بعض الطرق مدينة وهو جنب، قال فأنقصت منه فذهبت فاغتسلت ثم جئت فقال أين كنت يا أبا هريرة؟ قال كنت جنبا فكرهت أن أجالسك وأنا على غير طهارة، فقال سبحان الله إن المسلم لا ينجس. On Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, the Prophet ﷺ met him in one of the streets of Al-Madinah while he was in a state of Janâba. He said, so I snuck away and went and made ghusl. Then I came back, so he said, where were you, O Abu Hurairah? He said, I was in the state of Janâba, and I disliked sitting with you while I was not in the state of Tahara. He said, Subhanallah, glorified be Allah. Indeed, the Muslim does not become impure. The narrator, Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, his biography has preceded in Hadith number 2. The subject of the hadith, clarifying the ruling of the person in the state of Janâba and sitting with him. B, an explanation of the words Laqiyahu, he met him. A narration of Al-Bukhari, the Prophet ﷺ took his hand and walked with him. Then he sat and snuck away from him. Al-Madinah, meaning the city of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, wa huwa meaning Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu. Junub with a Dhamma on the Jim and the Noon, having Janaba, and the sentence while he was in the state of Janaba is in the place of Nasb upon being hurled from the Ha in Laqiyahu. Nagasat, I slipped away secretly, and that was after the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam sat down. Aina kunta, meaning when you left, where were you? Subhanallah, to declare Allah to be above everything that does not befit His Majesty. Innal Muslim, meaning the one who submits to Allah's religion and his Sharia. La yanjus, he does not become impure, Janaba or something else because of the impurity of his belief. See the summary. There was a great amount of respect and reverence in the hearts of the companions for the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The example for that is in this hadith which Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu narrated about himself. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam met him in one of the streets of Al-Madinah. So he held his hand and walked with him until the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam sat. Abu Hurairah was in a state of Janaba, and he disliked sitting with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam while not being in a state of Tahara. So he slipped away from his secretly and went and made ghusl. Then he went back to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so he asked him where he was when he left. Abu Hurairah then informed him of his situation and that he went to make ghusl from Janaba, so he can be pure when he sits with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Subhanallah, out of surprise for the state of Abu Hurairah, as he thought that Janaba takes away the purity of the believer, and he explained to him that the Muslim who submits to Allah's religion and his Sharia does not become impure because of the impurity of his heart and belief. The hadith, benefits of the hadith. The permissibility of a person speaking about himself with that which causes embarrassment for the benefit. 2. The Prophet ﷺ concern for his companions and checking on them. 3. The companions' reverence for the Prophet ﷺ. 4. Saying Subhanallah when taken by surprise. 5. The person in the state of Janaba does not become impure by the Janaba because the believer is impure. Number 6. The probability of sitting with someone who is in a state of Janaba. 7. The believer is impure, however his impurity is spiritual because of his evil belief.